Hi, my name is Willa. Welcome to my channel. Today, I want to speak about the in between when it comes to a healing journey because healing journeys are so up and down. You're forever going to be growing and healing throughout your life journey. But healing journeys have these moments where you feel like no progress has been made, and it gets so frustrating at times. You'll know you're healed when you handle a situation differently than you would have before, or you move a different way, or you act a different way, or you speak, have different beliefs. Like when you're really starting to see yourself acting on that type of stuff, you're like, oh my gosh, like I am healed, I'm healing, like we are getting somewhere. But there's always that like weird in between where it's like, you know what is wrong, you know what you want to fix, you know what you want to go towards, but it's like you just feel stuck. Like in the midst of what is going on, why do I feel like nothing is happening? You are journaling all the time and you're journaling, I don't know, to release a specific emotion or a feeling. And you're like, why do I still feel this way? Like I've journaled through it, I've prayed through it, I've meditated through it, I've tried to exercise through it. And it's like this feeling is still here with me. Like, what is going on? I'm one of the people during my healing journey that I just want to feel it and go away. I'm like, we no longer associate with this feeling. We no longer associate with this emotion. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Now go on about your day. But in reality, that's not unfortunately how it works. As much as I wish it did work that way, that is not how it works. It is constantly coming in contact with that emotion and that feeling, but being able to acknowledge it and be like, okay, it's here. I'm feeling it. Do I need to release it? Can I sit with it and let it pass? What do I do with it? In those what do I do with it moments are so frustrating because you're just like, can you go away? Like, why does this thought keep popping in my head? Why do I keep thinking about this certain thing? What is this certain feeling that is consuming me at all times? Like, I just want you to go away. And the craziest thing about that is that when you are having those moments of like, okay, go away, I don't associate with this anymore, or like, I don't want to feel sad anymore. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to feel anxious about this anymore. Like, can you please go away? I'm making steps to make it better. Like, why do I still feel this way? Your body can't really understand exactly what is happening, but it just knows that something is wrong. It's like, uh-oh, like I am in danger. I don't know what's happening, but I'm in danger. So I need my nervous system, I need my brain, I need us all to come together and to figure out exactly what is happening so we can send emotion, so we can send a signal to my host, to my person, and to let them know that they are in danger. Say you're detaching yourself from a specific environment, a thing, a habit, a person. Your body is going to be like, okay, where is it? Like your nervous system is going to be like, where is it? And then when you deprive yourself of it, there it's going to get louder. The flesh is constantly craving those bad things for you, right? And when your flesh gets deprived of it, like when you're fasting and you decide to deprive yourself of food, those first few days of fasting are always the worst because that is when your flesh is the loudest. It's like, okay, I need my food, I need my food, I need my food. It is so loud, it's like almost like obnoxious to the point where you're like, I want to cave in. But when you stand your ground and you stand in those uncomfortable waves of hunger, you start to realize that the longer you go throughout your fast, the more quiet your flesh starts to become. You feel more calm. You feel more like in the present moment. You're really allowing yourself to sow the seeds of fasting and to be like, okay, I'm going to sit down in prayer. I'm going to be in meditation because your flesh has quieted down. And that's kind of like a timeline of healing, but like in a shorter span. So when you first start your healing journey, you're depriving of yourself of everything that your body used to know and love: habits, behaviors, people, environments, things, routines. You first feel really bad at first because it's like those beginning stages of the fast. You feel so bad. You're like, I just feel anxious, I feel tired, I feel sad, I feel all of these things because you're trying to reprogram your brain, you're trying to reprogram your little, I always like to think of the body in like our minds and everything as a little computer system. Like you're trying to reprogram your computer. So you know like when you have to do a software update for Apple. And if you had an Apple device like way back in the day, you had the iPod Touch, like when it first came out, the third generation, I remember when I would have to update my iPod, it would be the longest time period ever. And I would be like, why does it take forever? And I would just be staring at my iPod, like as a little girl, just staring at it, like just waiting for it to update. And it would move so slow. It would take like hours. Like I feel like I remember it taking literal hours, unless that was just my little elementary school brain, but it felt like it was taking so long. Kind of take our bodies in that same type of sense. Like we are redoing a software update, and that update takes forever and it's taking a long time, and in that process it's erasing old habits, it's discontinuing beliefs, it's like reprogramming its brain and rewiring the brain and the nervous system and all those types of things. But in the middle of like that programming and in those time periods, it is so uncomfortable because you're kind of in this in between of like what you used to know and love and the person that you were with the person that you want to become and how you want to move around life and what you need to do. And even if it isn't a want, like even if you're forced into a healing season, sometimes those healing journeys come from like, out of your control. And it's one of the hardest things to do. And I say that with so much compassion, and it's because it is not easy to be forced into a healing period at all. You get into this in between of like the person you used to be with it, with whatever it was, the environment, the place, the person, the thing. And you're now leaving that and trying to move towards a new beginning and a new chapter without it. It is so uncomfortable. It's like the only thing that you crave the whole entire time is that one thing. You're like, I know that I don't want to no longer live this life and I don't want to be this person, but at the same time, that's all I know. So maybe I should try to embody that person again, or try that habit, or return back to that person, or ask the like try to go back into that environment. But then at the same time, you're like, no, I want to leave from it. Like I want to become a new version of myself. I want to do something different. I do think there are positive healing journeys where you can go from point A to point B and you could have been a good person at point A and an even better version at point B. Like because you just left the specific environment and never look back and continue to move forward. But the people that have a hard attachment to whatever it is that they're walking away from, eventually your body will be like, no, I am done. And it will reject and it will leave. And honestly, it's going to be so much easier to detach. As humans, we attach ourselves to certain things. We attach ourselves to titles, to environments, to our assets and like the things that we own. We just like naturally attach ourselves to it and make it our identity. And when we lose those certain things, we feel like we're losing a part of ourselves. During this healing journey, I have learned the art of detachment, and it is so, so, so powerful. Knowing that nothing belongs to you and everything belongs to God is the most powerful thing that I have learned. And it's something that I'm still trying to practice and still trying to learn, but it is so important. And you realize that it really will get you so far in your healing journey. But that very gross in between of like, you want to become that new version of yourself, but you're not the old version of yourself, but you're like this new weird in between person. You're in the middle of the software update. And that is okay. And I think that's a beautiful place to be, because the moment that you acknowledge it, that's how you know that you're healing and you are in the process of healing and becoming a new identity and version of yourself. The point that you start to reach, I am this brand new person, is the moment you start to react to situations and things differently. You no longer want to go back to that environment. Whenever you are in that environment, it doesn't feel good. It's just like, it's not who you were, who you used to be. You respond to things differently. You feel like nothing that you used to do in your old self and in the old identity of you feels right anymore. Like it feels like it's just like, I don't align with this anymore. I need to let it go. I need to release it. I need to walk down a different path. You look at it with love instead of like a yearning for it. You look behind it and you're like, it's such a beauty. I was able to walk away from that. That taught me a lot, or whatever the case is. You have a different attachment towards it. You have a different outcome towards it, a different response to whatever it is, a situation, an environment, a place, things, people, whatever it is. You know that you fully healed when that thing comes in and you react differently to it. When you are healing, or when you're becoming healed, you're becoming, say you're growing your relationship with Christ, and you become really, really close with the Lord, there's like a lot of attacks that happen. There's a lot of temptations that arise. There's a lot of like certain things coming into your life, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like what is happening? Like, what is going on? If you shut out the temptation, if you're like, I no longer agree with that, I'm not doing that anymore. Like, when you respond differently, you know that you are healed. You know that you are a healed version of yourself. You no longer align with what was the energy that operated in your previous identity. Cycles are a real thing. Like, you will go through this life learning lessons and going through cycles. And when you come out of a cycle, there's a good chance that lesson or cycle is going to show up in a different form. And it is very, very important that you have healed and that you can recognize it, so that way you can be like, absolutely not. I'm avoiding and dodging this, and I'm going to continue on my journey to elevation and healing. And that in between of becoming the version of yourself that you want to be, and that path towards it is really lonely and it's confusing. And I know for me, I always want to know, like, what can I do? Like, what can I do? Like, sometimes I just want to have so much control over it, because I'm like, what can I do? I feel so weird. I feel like I'm stagnant. I feel like nothing is happening. I have to always like calm myself down, calm my nervous system down, allow myself to be in a space of like abundance and receiving, and to let go. Like, I always have to let go. I have to trust in the Lord. I feel like it's really important to like have a relationship with the Lord during this time, because you're extremely vulnerable, and not knowing where you're going or stepping into the unknown is so scary. Like, it is the perfect way for fear to creep up on you and to make you act out of fear. The spirit of fear will lead you to destruction so fast and so quickly. And during these periods, you are extremely vulnerable. So you want to be able to protect yourself. You want to be able to be grounded and to be strong in what it is that you know you want to do and where you want to go, and be rooted in it and stand firm in it, and allow yourself to just trust in the Lord and allow him to take it into the direction that you need. Allow yourself to recognize the importance of becoming the person that you want to become. You have to want it more, and you will. Like, you, if you're in the in between and you are already feeling that way, it's like you're already going to want to feel better. So just know that you're closer than you think you are. Being able to stay rooted and firm in praising the Lord and worshiping him is something that I'm really, really, really recognizing, because I have had so many situations where I felt like I was healed, and then a situation happens, I end up responding in the same way that I would have responded in, and I have to take a step back and be like, okay, wait, like, clearly we are not all the way there yet. And it sometimes eats me up inside. Like, I go feel like I started again. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how many times does this need to happen before I get the actual hint and stuff? But it's all about a process of healing, because often, like, you will come into a situation that you thought you healed from, you didn't heal from it, and it just exposes more. It exposes more of yourself and more of your heart posture and more of what is needed from you to be able to move to that next level and to really become the person that you want to become. It brought up a lot of fear based emotions and behaviors that I used to act upon. And I had to realize that I wasn't as anchored as I thought I was, and I needed to get more anchored. But it also taught me that I I had new ways of coping and new ways of coming into and back to myself. I just feel like the first level to even healing is like your awareness and understanding, like, okay, this isn't where I want to be. This isn't who I am. This isn't what I want to do. One question you should ask yourself is like, if you from the beginning of the year looked at you now, would you be proud? Even my past self of a year ago today, she was nowhere near where I am today. And I'm so happy that I was able to grow for her and to do these things for her, because she deserves the person that I am now. Like, she deserves to feel more safe and secure within herself, to not be living in fight or flight mode, to be able to walk away from experiences in places, things, people that don't serve her. Like, she genuinely deserves this. The beauty in healing is being able to look at the progress. So if you're ever feeling in a moment where you're like, oh my gosh, like, am I even really healing? Like, what is happening? Because you may have slipped up, or you came into a situation where it triggered old thought processes or old behaviors, old actions. Like if you're questioning, like, are you really healing? You have to look at how you felt afterwards and how did you handle the situation afterwards? Did you reflect? Did you cope with it properly? The journey is beautiful. It has its uglies. I promise you, it can get so, so, so ugly. You can have that moment of feeling really, really, really low before you even start to feel a little bit better and then maybe cave back down and feel a little bit better. But one thing I will always show you is this little graph right here. This is really what healing looks like. Okay, I'm going to wrap up my video like this because my camera died. But I just want to say that healing is never parallel. It's going to have its ups and downs. I promise you that you will continue to see growth. You will continue to get to the place that you need to get to and become the version of yourself that you want to become. It can be confusing, it can be lonely, and it can be frustrating because you feel like you've changed and then, I don't know, sometimes it shows up in little areas and slips through cracks and you're like, I am feeling a little bit hopeless. So I hope that this brings you some hope, and I pray that it resonates with you and allows you to feel heard and seen and you are on your healing journey. I will cheer for you. I pray that you continue to keep going and showing up for yourself every single day because you are your biggest cheerleader of yourself, and loving yourself is the most important thing ever. Continue to stay firm in what you believe in, and as well as continuous evolution and growth. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.